Good morning. Alright, so I just had to reset that. So I need to get this window a bit smaller. But I think that's going to be it for the music. Alright, get those windows reordered. I should. Yep, okay, cool, that works. Alright, so a little bit different today. This is one of those things been hanging out there on the list of stuff to do for like months and months and months. And like this one is going to be super simple. So I do not have the command to update this. So this basically, you're publishing on sort of probably what you almost like a containerized environment. You can't really do, or a hosted environment. You can't really necessarily update system files. And then typically where you have your SSL certificate list for verifying trust roots, is in a system location. So what I did is I packaged up the curl certificate file into a Rubygem so that Ruby Rails especially, Ruby projects in general, could use that certificate list to validate SSL connections. And I have no idea why the search has taken so long. I mean, this should not be a big directory here. There we go. Wait. Oh, okay. So I double-clicked on a file because I'm used to doing that. And gvim on Windows, which works that way. This does not. macvim. There we go. Oh. Interesting. Apparently, well, no, that's fugitive. Go file. But I may have cloned those on my Windows system. Well, there's a nice little diversion for you. Git recheckout line endings. Maybe a reset hard would do that. Yeah, those are the settings. Let's get into, because I put this into Dropbox, Vim. So I had apparently installed, no, bundle. Fugitive. Oh. Okay. Yes, Dropbox, I know I changed files. Thank you. Can we just turn that off, please? Settings, preferences. Notifications. New file synced, edit to files. I know what open means. but I know I'm changing it. We don't need to tell me. This is also the same thing where it's showing up as yep. Interesting, it's actually showing up as different. Maybe because this has a different line ending setting. All right, so that should do that. So now if we quit. All right, no more spam. We actually want is this. So probably a rake file, right? So default. So test just making sure everything requires. And looks like rake update will do most of what we want. Okay, everything imported properly. We've got a new cacert file. So what are we going to need to update? Or maybe that was requiring the test files. Yeah, that runs test suite. Okay, cool. Jump file lock, readme. I could maybe update that with the update command. Does lib? Do I even have a library version? Okay, I have a version file. Oh no, this is the requires of it. Oh, because it's capital version. Let's take a look at the, I don't have a change log. I can look at getx. That was a PEM update. Oh. Oh, and then I bumped the version. Yep, by one. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's debatable which version scheme that should be. But I guess updating the date set is fine. So we would expect this to bump the version. Gem spec pulls the version from the version file. Development dependencies are fine. We have no direct dependencies, so those versions don't really matter. So I think, well, let's take a quick look. Bump version, update, package warnings. Okay, that was his update, another one of his updates. Okay, I think that's actually it. Rake update. Is there anything actually in the cacert file that's like certificate data as of? Git commit -m update to cacert as of oop. Okay, that did not, oh right, that is the Vim copy. Update to cacert as of okay. Get tag. Oh, that's I pulled. That's in the Duckinator. Get tag. Remove. That's great for you, but it's not my version. For that matter. Oh. Is that minus D? It's such a hodgepodge of different commands. Tag v 0.4.0. No. Was it was this 4 or did no, we went to 5. Nope, not. All right, so now we have to remember how to release a gem. So first step is gem build cacert, and it no longer auto puts it into package. All right, and then is it like push? That's not a standard user command. Gem help commands push gem. Get push package cacert 0.5. Invalid git file format. I did type to get out of habit. Okay. That one should be, get push. How do you get the tags of a remote? I may have pushed Duckinator's thing up there at some point. By... Nope. Okay. So I think that one's done. So now this is going to be a little bit more interesting. So the big one is that they have a depreciated API. So yeah, I could use a new maintainer. Oh, I can probably update. Yep, and we had an extra character in there somewhere. Update that. There's that. We've actually had a pull request open. Oh, actually, it looks like somebody has suggested the bulk of this. And this is just me kind of waiting a while to flush out the version, the fully depreciated version. So you're down here. So Autoscaler. Do a quick little Do you have a rake file? We have tasks in this one. Oh, this is just like a default thing. Is it rake minus T? Yeah, this is just some default helper stuff. Did I have a readme with test information? Tests. All right, so give me a new tab, guard, run everything. I didn't give it any API keys, which would be the API tests, but it's shut down anyway. On that front. Okay, so this is probably going to be a good start. So we're going to Apple broke something in this version of Terminal. Okay, yep. I never actually looked at my volume levels in the mic. So get remote. Okay, get remote add. It still didn't copy the right thing. So we don't need that quite yet. Get remote add tmayor. I need the full URL for this. And you don't give me a link for this. Well, okay, we can do it this way. Wait, what? Oh. Are you a link? Repositories. Autoscaler. I could probably figure out, yeah. I could have figured it out from my URL or something. Remove Heroku API. So what do we got? That was just a typo fix, it looks like. Yeah, so that'll be fine. Remove Heroku scaler, update changelog. That should be fine. Yeah, merge should be fine. Do I want to be... You know what? I've got multiple other branches I can come back to if I need to return here. All right. What did the original commit history say? Remove Heroku scaler. Yep. And I guess I could actually do this one from GitHub, but... I don't know how sensitive these are to actual... Okay, so it's not auto rotating for me. Okay, so that's I did think he said he updated the README. Yeah, update changelog, remove Heroku scaler. You did not specifically update the README, so we want to check. Well, actually, yeah, you know what? Yep. And then we've got old change. Here goes clean Heroku prefix. It will still be accepted with a warning, but may be removed. Heroku scaler was not updated. Yeah, so this is going to be our major release where we kind of remove. Yeah, so that added it. And that was all previous versions. Okay. So this would be the time to remove those variables. Oh, spec API 1. Actually, there's something else. Oh, I hadn't saved it yet. Okay, so that was actually just something that didn't get cleaned up. Spec. And specs are actually still fine, right? Okay. Now, admittedly, we're not actually testing platform scaler yet. We may have to do something with that at some point. Well, that requires specifying API key stuff, which... Yeah. Or maybe, do I have a foreman env here? I do not. All right, spec, autoscaler, counter cache, late shutdown. Heroku scaler spec. Oh, your cache is out of date. Platform scaler, okay. Anyway, back to Heroku. There we go. I have at least the README references. Autoscaler, Heroku access token. Okay. Yep, that's the only thing documented. And autoscaler, Heroku app. Autoscaler. Autoscaler. All right, these are the examples. Autoscaler. Yeah, Heroku access token, Heroku app. And then my line numbers changed. All right, specs are all filtered out. Wait, why is the second line showing is changed. Because I was also removing, okay. Oh well. Remove dangling reference. Well, the headline for this is remove depreciated. Oh, changelog. Remove Heroku. Well, here we go. Here's the exact variables. Heroku access token and Heroku app. Remove depreciated env variables and Heroku app. And the reference to what they should be is right below. Oh, and hello. Why did that ding? Anyway, not right now. Yeah, light's okay. It's kind of dark and rainy out today. Remove depreciated env variables. Yep, and that's just a hydrated bot. Well, yeah, we can just say, just use a long line, it'll wrap over. Heroku access token and Heroku app. All right, so this might actually be, okay, that's just his repo. This might actually be, well, this will be marked as, this should be marked as complete as soon as I push it up here. So that's just going to be out there. So this was somebody who wanted a different interface. So what he's doing, and I can probably see if there's any other changes. Downgrade required. Okay, that's very specific to his situation. Actually, this would probably be a good time to update Sidekiq. Because I have not been watching the version updates. Okay. So that if that means that gem file, no, gem spec. I mean, that's actually fine. If he's still on 5.0, that's all good. What's the detailed? Oh, we're in 5.1. But I'm just saying 5.0, which is as far as I care. Remove concurrent Rubygem. Oh. Do I have a separate dependency on that? I sure hope not. I should have declared it if I did, but... Crash. I don't think that I used that. Web. Query cache. Scheduler timing. It just skipped on me. Newer versions of Redis Gem. Display args. Correct server. Okay, so I don't think there's anything that affects me here, and we're still on the same major version. Okay, so I just removed a big block of that stuff. Let's see, I don't necessarily like compressing lines like that because it's easier to do line operations on them when you're editing things. Or for that matter, the compressing of the lines. Now, it's probably been long enough that I could go ahead and see about updating Ruby requirement. Let's... What version was that added in? Named parameters. Ruby 2.0. Okay, so Ruby Lang. That's probably well past I wanted to go to the website. Where do they have supported versions? Stable release preview. Not maintained anymore, end of life. Security maintenance phase. Oh, okay. So yeah, a 2.0 feature is probably pretty safe. Do we have anything else that says tested on Ruby? Okay, I'm already saying Ruby 2.1. Is there a gem spec specification reference? Files name summary optional. Required Ruby version. Now, is this like patch level? Much safer to specify less than 2 point. So what I want to say is that if we're using named arguments, it is greater than 2.0. I mean, arguably, a squiggle equal 2.0 would probably be appropriate since a 3.0 would be potentially breaking. All right, so actually, let's this was what he was specifically interested in, the platform scaler. All right, class under test, client.new. Do we ever class under test? Oh, we never even pass arguments to it. Well, it's still type token app. It's kind of just a syntax change. Wait, what is... Oh, he tried to use it with named arguments and was like, it's still environment params. So yeah, the only thing he changed was supporting named arguments. All right. So we have no test for it currently. Platform scaler. Now, are there any other methods that would benefit from that? All right. Oh, because we're not testing platform API right now. Okay. Lib, Autoscaler. There are more files in here than I thought. You have to specify a default parameter to use these, don't you? Well, keyword arguments would only be for optional things, right? Two point oh doesn't have for required keyword arguments. Okay. So 2.1. 2.1 is already in the not maintained stage. Very succinct way. Oh, wait. Does that mean that positional arguments are not supported if you do these kind of arguments? Now that's one that might get tested. Oh, wrong number of arguments. Yep. Now wait a minute. Given one expected 0. Sidekiq activity. Given 2 expected 0. For positional arguments. Activity spec 2 hash. So that is explicitly passing it. Now what, I think that the Redis thing was primarily a little testing hack. So it's not really documented API. So if it's just for the activity spec, then yeah. Redis. Activity spec 2 hash. Client. Past a plain connection. Nope. Oh, it probably tried to convert that last argument into a hash. Okay. So that would be more explicit. Is that a user thing, really? Activity.new timeout. Oh, sleep wait server. Apparently not getting tested. And this is like... This is once again probably a testing feature. But I guess that is... Maybe that is the common calling pattern for it? It's interesting. But that has to be able to pass it on. And your activity... Oh, no, what? Activity. Activity spec. Okay, sleep wait server passes... Yep. Okay, client, scalars is fine. Item Q. Maybe that is a documented method? Okay, this is more focused on that stuff. Do you have a wiki? This is going to be kind of a middleware thing. So officially it is worker job queue. Oh, worker job queue Redis pool. Client side, okay. So that is like a documented thing using just positional arguments, so we're not going to touch that. That is an optional argument. Oh, but to make it truly optional, well, that's a method argument. Strategy. It's really going to have one regular argument. That's not too bad. And that's replacing a chain.add. So that's probably fine. Sidekiq. That's a Sidekiq method, so you don't really have anything. Nope. Queue system. I should probably be saying edit lib. Sleepweight server, we didn't look at independently. Because that's also a thing with several. So yeah, not actually using any client code. Wait. It's never initialized. So this might be an older thing. That's defined by, that is an optional parameter, so it should be fine. Okay, and now my server spec has to be updated. Wait, server spec. All right, so there's our class, there's our new. Was that the only one? Oh, no, not the only one. Oh, no, yeah, we can't do the, because that's a Sidekiq API method. We can't do, cannot do the callback. That is defined by how Sidekiq uses us. The Sleeplight server, yeah, thread server is what we're using these days. Initialize, you know, I don't really, kind of don't care if it's a single argument. It's a single argument, it's a single required argument. Thread server, so this is going to have a very similar profile. And this is going to affect user code. That's that same thing. That's a single argument. Wait, did I retype some stuff I didn't need to? Yes, I did. I actually just need that and that. And then run. An interval. All right, so now it's going to break a whole bunch of stuff in the thread server spec. Monitor Autoscaler. All right, so your middleware. Timeout. This is probably going to be specified queues, no? Nope. Wrong number of arguments. Given 3, expected 0. Thread server 51. Oh, yep. And actually, what's this? Yeah, okay, it is specified queues up U, but that is a full system. That's a little bit extra work there. Given 3, expected 0. 51. So I'm probably calling this directly in the test. Oh, no, 26. We bootstrap the process. Maybe I'm changing too much stuff. Where are examples? Wait. What was he platform scaler. Ah, Heroku platform scaler.new. Okay, so that's actually just default arguments all the way through. You know what? Maybe I just shouldn't even bother changing this internal stuff. It's like a whole lot of chance for breakage. And most people, okay, so chain add, that's Sikdekiq stuff. Wait. Sikdekiq server. Ah. So that's basically, yeah, this is, so thread server. Oh, yeah, I can't change that. Because that gets invoked through the chain add method. You know what? I think it's actually going to be easier to redo platform scaler. Load all. And you never use named arguments. Plus, I actually have to put in an API key to test you, which I might have to shut off stream for. The tests don't actually touch anything. Yeah, so the only things that we're really worried about, so server and client go through chain.add. They use positional arguments. That's your only option. Complex, we use platform scaler, which we have to update. Platform. No, that's spec. Lib platform. Thank you. And those have to use positional arguments because they're going through chain add. Yeah, so those are like the only like really API methods. If it's not in here, most people are not going to be touching it. Maybe scaling strategies. Single argument. Linear scaling, I could see, but this is... That was something I thought I could pass off maintenance for a while. There's the thread server. Queue systems, you mostly don't end up touching. Client and server interface is stuck. I think that's more internal. A minimal scaler for local testing. Okay. So binary scaling, linear scaling. Start to ignore scheduled and retried queues. Well, that's got a single argument. So linear. Those are things people might actually use. That could benefit from the named arguments. Honestly, binary is the thing we put in by default, I'm pretty sure. And that got way shrunk down. Actually, it's just Sidekiq thread server, binary.new. Delayed shutdown, new binary strategy. Delayed shutdown. Yeah. So strategies are the other sort of user visible stuff. And the call thing is more of an internal protocol. That's going to have to be the same. Two parameters aren't actually that bad. Binary. I mean, seeing a call with active workers might be a little bit nicer. But then, if I touch this one, which could... So I guess the other thing is that I was kind of hoping that named parameters would be an optional thing. So this is a required change for anybody doing at least platform scalar. But if we do that, it kind of suggests that, well, this one could kind of go with named arguments because there's a lot of stuff. But does that mean all strategies should use named arguments? Do we have linear? We do have a spec for this. We have a spec for delayed shutdown. We have a spec for binary scaling. Linear spec. Okay, so he's just like number. So it actually is going to make the spec a little bit. Well, this is going to make the spec a lot more verbose. It raises question about test system. Which is a spec only thing. Oh, wait, no, I needed that for linear scaling strategy to keep track of what these things are supposed to be. Yeah, test system is okay. So we get into some arbitrary numbers there. But that's not really user code. So our basic argument is max workers. And most people only have a single instance of this. And our secondary argument is worker capacity. All right, then our third factor is min factor. Okay, that works. So by the logic that we're doing strategies, cut should have a default value. It was active workers. You should be good. And then spec. It's binary itself. You're just a .new, so you're not affected. You're just a .new. Okay. And delayed. Delayed shutdown is something you could maybe use. This is 2 required arguments. Which are going to be painful in the test. And all right, and you I mean, I guess there wasn't a whole lot of ambiguity about that one. All right, and we had anything else? Binary, counter cache, delayed, scalar. Ignore scheduled and retry. Only takes a single argument. It's a wrapper. Stub for local testing. Platform, scalar. Implemented named arguments for several classes. Binary scaling strategy. Linear scaling strategy. That is in fact what we're doing, right? Delayed shutdown. Okay, and the specs. Delayed shutdown, thread server. Right, you're a server, so yeah, you were modified because you call these things. Binary, linear, Heroku, delayed. So these are things that can trip you up. These things are trip you up. So that is that. Hmm. Oh, right, the platform spec doesn't run because we don't have arguments. And the awkward thing about that is that that involves my access keys and I'm streaming. So what I could do is put some dummy values in there just to make sure the code gets run. Autoscaler, Heroku access, token equals X, Autoscaler, Heroku app equals X. Yeah, so we expected errors. That actually, oddly enough, that didn't result in actual test failures. Oops. Our spec mocks. Roku get workers. Our spec mocks. Interesting. Proxy method invoked. Yes, well, we didn't fail at the constructor. That was... should not raise exception. So that's a little bit disturbing. XCon error not found. Actual 404 not found. Okay, yeah. Interesting that that counts as a... Oh, you know what? I did have like a default... Yeah, the default error recovery is to log. So that's kind of doing exactly what it's supposed to. So what I kind of want to do... Commit minus a. Why are you red? Do you not like indents? Do you not like backticks? I mean, I guess I could see the backticks maybe? Oh, because they want a blank line. Okay. So actually what I should have done there is gem spec. Middleware specifications. Prior to Ruby version, we'll just call it greater than 2.1 because we're using named required arguments. Oh, it actually takes both versions. Oh, it actually sort of takes. We're kind of in this weird midland. Okay. Gem files dependencies are satisfied. All right. So now I think that probably takes care of this. That takes care of this as soon as I push. We need to go to version, because this is all the breaking changes in the world. One point oh point oh. These are all potentially breaking changes. Let's see. Complex. So if you used a custom scaler, you know, let's be nice. I mean, well, you can kind of see this. Breaking if you instantiated these classes with arguments. These were already depreciated. So, and this, I mean, you should have already been off of this. Instantiated. these were already depreciated, so that should be... And that's an entire class that's been removed. Potentially breaking changes. So, I mean, we used to have depreciation warnings, now it just won't work. Class has been removed, it hasn't worked in a while, or hasn't actually worked in a while. Gem spec. Yeah, platform API, that's been fully removed. Consequentially, specifies min Ruby version 2.1, which is already end of life. As consequence of above. And there's really like no features here. So at this stage, it's not going to be an issue for anybody who's wasn't on Ruby 2.1. At least until Sidekiq updates. Oh, and you know what? That's not really markdown format. Well, it was showing up as something, so maybe that is a markdown syntax for in-place link. I don't know. All right, we updated version, we updated changelog. Update version number. All right, gem build. Nope. Gem build autoscaler.gemspec. ls package. Move autoscaler to package. It actually used to build here by default. I guess maybe there's an argument to do that. I don't know. All right. And we haven't technically done a full run on platform scaler, but all we do is change arguments. So those are always point releases. No, gem push. Package Autoscaler 1. And I had never put, well, you know what I can do. One thing I can do is go through the closed issues, because there was stuff I had put off for possible future use. So there's scheduled work queues as well. I'm going to need to, should be optional. Scheduled jobs. Ah, okay. Yeah, you know, this is on maintenance. Execution expired. Using a thread. Okay, yeah. We've got a thread server now. Rewritten downscaler. That's 0.3. I feel like there were things I'm like, oh, well, we'll do that at the next breaking version. Code has... Okay, there's the sample app. And I think this just kind of... Okay, he thinks that was a specific problem with him. Background, a different worker. Doesn't configure scale up on the back. Ah, okay, yep. Okay, 0.2.1. Scale hops. I might have put in something for that since then. Change key used to incorporate queue name. Okay, that was just me making a note. Okay. Thought unicorn. Use a separate actor. Looks like it was just a closed issue. This was 14. Scheduled jobs optional. Scaling strategies. Oh, okay, that was a older feature. Number of scaled workers option. Okay, so that was the binary scaler. So we had strategies, and we implemented a binary strategy. This looks like it was just a works for me. It's a 18. Okay, so yes, this is the auto get inclusion of files. Oh, that was gem spec files, test files. So I am using ***. It's not an explicit list, but I would not expect. I still have getx up. I don't think there were any entirely new files. Okay, version number is not going to do it. Experimental method. Oh, do I, you know what, if I was checking for instances of platform scalar stuff, I should have hit the README, but that would be a good thing to review before pushing. Paperclip key, okay, yep. So this was a timeout issue, I think. It's like, yeah, no activity. Somebody reported how they fixed it. Just want to make sure I didn't forget about anything I'd been pushing off to breaking changes. That's right. Yeah, so this is a hard problem I don't want to get into right now. PI limit. Content added a Redis-based cache, allows web or communication. Includes optional cache. Okay, that's just an optional thing. Okay, always restarts. Okay, I think that was a user-specific thing. 25. And normalized to string. Ah, okay. $30. So the solution. Okay, that's me. And scaling worker. No response. 3.0, yeah, sure. That's probably just a little error. Now this was the person when somebody else was maintaining it. A bit. Yeah, so that was his thing. Support for Sidekiq. Upgrade to platform API. So we added that. I may have left that around for a while. All right, this was 48. Multiple queues. Three queues. Okay, that's kind of end up being a Sidekiq thing. 52. That just kind of timed out. $59. Ah, okay. This is, that was a fixed in 0.12. Then worker's running. Worker started, shuts down. Okay, we think that's covered. 63. Sidekiq 5, done. Platform API error. I think this was the rename envars. Yep. Name envars. All right. So I don't see anything else that there was stuff deferred to breaking version. So as long as this works. Oh. Bad gateway. Okay, I just published a gem. Does possibly the gem spec specify a server or something? Oh, you know what? I wanted to check the README anyway. Getting started. Client server doesn't get into the fancy stuff. We'll scale down. That probably shouldn't be considered experimental anymore. He's been around for a while. These are like extra configuration options at this point. Anyway, is this just like rubygems.org? And it was saying https rubygems.org bad gateway. Gem index, operational. No incidents reported today. Was that just a weird error? Okay, there we go. Git tag v1.0.0, git push. All right, that should, I think, have auto closed this. Yep. Heroku platform, scalar, and strategies updated to use. Named parameters in All right, so that is done. We are down to the issue that somebody who actually uses this on a day-to-day basis might want to be in a better position to maintain this. So that is Rubygem maintenance. Let's see. How is time doing? I never did this. Do I have anything else that I would want to do? All right, so you're done. You're done. I could bump that task way down to the bottom, you know, because the cacert should be updated every once in a while. I don't know if there's anything else that that would really fit in with that. So what I might do is call it there. Let's see. It's been like cold and rainy lately, so I'll probably be doing, I think I'll basically be doing some Step Mania after this if anybody really just wants to hang out with me. But coding is over for now. So let's get rid of that. So we're over-ish. Like I said, I'll be back for some dancing game stuff in a little bit. But Rubygem maintenance is done, and I don't have anything else that I mean, there's things I might be able to fit in, but they're just so unrelated that it's close enough to breaking time. Thanks to Stormy Ice Leopard, Ocerat Gaming, and It Moved, Dog and Lake, SES Dev, Haskin TV, Daily Tacos, Cat Knox, Lizzie Live for hosting me. I will be back in a few minutes. It's going to take me a few minutes to change stream settings, then a few more to set up the pad. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I expect to be doing more coding in the future. And actually, if I can find the windows, buried under everything. Oh, you didn't. Okay, that link doesn't. Links don't include parameters. Wonderful. So I guess I'll have to bookmark that. Turn off that, turn on that. So this is roughly my schedule. The time numbers are in US Central, but you can see where the mark is. So I'll probably end up wrapping up a little bit early today, but we'll do some Stepmania and then close out for the day. More programming tomorrow, gaming in the afternoon later on. Thanks for hanging out, and let me get back to preview, and let me give me a lag indicator here, and see you in a little bit, maybe.